Story 1. Three friends entered a house known as the House of Horrors. Everything inside the house was dark and spooky. While the friends were walking around the house, one of them slipped and fell to the ground. They took their injured friends to the hospital. At the hospital, doctors said their friend's injuries were not serious. However, something was happening to their injured friends at night. He had terrible dreams, and even when he was awake, he could not shake off the fear. A few days later, their friends returned to the hospital and told the doctors about their friend's condition. Doctors thought their friend was affected by something in the horror house and gave him a medicine. The injured friend continued to have terrible dreams while he was in the hospital. In his dreams, he saw that something in the House of Horrors was hurting him. His dreams were so realistic that even when he was awake, he could not escape the effects of fear. One night, something started moving in the injured friend's room. The injured friend remained awake in fear and followed the movement. The source of the movement was a box under the injured friend's bed. He opened the box. He found some old photographs and a letter inside. The letter stated that the family of the former owner of the horror house had been killed. It was also written in the letter that the house was cursed and everyone would face death after. Reading the letter, the injured friend got rid of the fear and came to his senses. He showed the letter to his friends, and they all went back home together. While investigating inside the house, they found the place where the former owner's family was murdered. At the site where the former owner's family was murdered, something began to move. The friends ran away in fear and returned home. However, when they returned home, there was someone at the door. That person was the ghost of the former owner. The ghost told his friends to leave the house and warned them, while his friends immediately left the house. The ghost also disappeared. Second story: a night in the House of Horrors. 11-year-old John decided to go to the horror house in the city with his friends. John loved horror movies and thought he would be really scared in the horror house. They went to the horror house with their friends and entered. The horror house looked dark and mysterious. John entered the horror house with his friends and started the scary adventure. Everything was scary in the horror house. John shivered as he walked through the halls filled with ghosts, monsters, and other scary creatures. They tried to move forward in the horror house with their friends, but they got more scared with every step. At one point, John and his friends were locked in a room. They heard a strange noise in the room and then saw a shadow inside the room. John screamed in fear and tried to escape the room with his friends. However, they could not leave the room. The shadow approached John and his friends and began to scare them. John was very scared and didn't know what to do anymore. Suddenly, the door to the room opened and the police entered. The police rescued John and his friends and took them to the police station. At the police station, John told the police about his experiences in the horror house. The police believed John and his friends' story and sent a team to investigate the House of Horrors. When the horror house was examined, a mechanism that created strange sounds and images was found in the room. This contraption was made to give John and his friends a frightening experience. After his frightening experience in the horror house, John decided not to watch horror movies again. However, they would never forget their experience in the House of Horrors.